It was an incredible offer. Miraculous, in fact. Kenneth set down his empty brandy glass and got to his feet, moving tensely around the library. Bowden's proposal was mad and bordered on the illegal. If Kenneth had any sense, he would show Bowden the door. Yet he had never lived life sensibly. If he accepted, Sutterton would be saved. Beth could have the life she deserved, with a season in London and a dowry if she wished to marry. The estate would become profitable, and the servants and labourers provided for after years of neglect. As for himself... He stopped by the fireplace and ran his palm over the exquisitely carved mantelpiece. As a child he had imagined stories about the oaken figures. Sutterton would give meaning to his life. In muddy billets and baking Spanish heat, before battles and during shivering winter nights, he had dreamed of what he would do when the house came to him. He had made elaborate plans for modernising the draughty old building without destroying its Tudor character. If he agreed to Bowden's proposition, someday he would be able to realise those dreams. And who would be injured? If Sir Anthony was guilty, he deserved to be punished, even if he was the finest painter in England. If he was clearly innocent, perhaps the truth would relieve Lord Bowden's anguished obsession. And if nothing could be proved either way, Kenneth would still save Sutterton. He felt a superstitious prickle at his nape when he remembered that an hour before he'd told himself that he would give up his chance of heaven to save his heritage. But Bowden was no demon, merely a troubled English gentleman. Kenneth turned to his visitor. "We must draw up a contract detailing our agreement." Triumph glowed in Bowden's eyes. "Of course. Bring out ink and paper, and we shall do it now." After an hour of discussion and writing, each of the men possessed a copy of their compact. It was not a matter that either of them would want made public, but its existence should keep both sides honest. Kenneth rose and replenished the brandy after they had each signed. "Let us drink to a mutually successful mission." Bowden raised his glass. "To success!" Instead of sipping, he drained his goblet, then hurled it into the fireplace. It smashed, droplets of brandy flaming blue among the coals. Fury throbbing in his voice, he said, "And may my brother burn in hell for what he has done." The words hung fever-heavy in the air until Kenneth said, "You spoke of my entering Sir Anthony's household. Since you've worked out everything else, I assume you have a plan for that?" Bowden nodded. "My brother's secretary is about to leave for a better position. Morley was a kind of general factotum who ran the whole establishment. The household leans towards the chaotic at the best of times, and without Morley it will deteriorate swiftly. Go to my brother and ask for the position." Startled, Kenneth said, "Why would he want me for his secretary? There are bound to be better qualified candidates." "Anthony will not advertise the position if someone suitable appears first. Your army service will help, since my brother has a romantic reverence for the military, but your knowledge of art will be the deciding factor." Bowden considered. "Present yourself at Anthony's house and say that a friend of his who wishes to remain anonymous sent you because he knows your organisational skills are desperately needed. My brother will find that amusing." Kenneth hoped it would be that easy. "What of the rest of the household? Has Sir Anthony married his mistress?" Bowden hesitated. "Not yet. He might have thought it would look too suspicious if he remarried right away." Kenneth took another sip of brandy. "Does Sir Anthony have children?" "A daughter named Rebecca. She's 27, I believe. A ruined spinster." "Can a woman be a spinster if she's been ruined?" Bowden shrugged. "You can call her a slut if you prefer. At the age of 18 she ran off with a self-proclaimed poet, then didn't have the decency to marry him." Elopement seemed to be a family trait, Kenneth thought dryly. "Does she live with her father?" "Yes. It's a mark of his own low morals that he took her back into his household." Kenneth did not agree. For a man to turn his only daughter away because of a youthful mistake would have been even more immoral. Keeping the thought private, he said, "She would be the logical person to run the household instead of her father's secretary. I wonder why she doesn't." "She's probably either lazy or incompetent. I assume that you'll find out which." Bowden got to his feet and gave a cold smile. "After all, I am paying you a fortune to learn every single thing about my brother's life." As Kenneth escorted his visitor out, he wondered wryly whether the faint scent in the hall was mildew or brimstone.